chords. Hey. 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 Pace probably be outside. What up? Pace probably be outside. Hey. Yo, what happened? Pace probably be outside. Come on, y'all. Let's go. Let's get to work. You got work to do, you heard?
Yo, what's good, y'all? Pace probably be outside. Yo, King was good. You Lee was good. Yo, Now was good. Happy Saturday. You know what we doing? It's fight night. This is what we do. Hey, chill.
Yeah. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. Hey. Oh, shit.
Pace probably be outside.
Happy Saturday, y'all. It's gonna be a good night. You heard? We here.
Let's go.
What's up, y'all? What's good? Yo, listen. We here. It's a good night. Peace be multiply, y'all. Grand rising and the whole nine. You know what I mean? Let's just thank the Lord for our blessings. You understand what I'm saying? Be glad we here. Now listen, don't forget, y'all. We here to build and put some things together. But the first thing I want to say is, I'm proud of you. I'm glad y'all made it through another week. And remember what I said, we have another chance to build and grow and put some things together. I'm glad y'all hanging out with the OG for real. You know what I mean? We come here to chop it up and put some things together. You know what I mean? Straight up and down. You know, and I just want to say this. Listen. A couple of things happened this week. Thank you, son. A couple of things happened this week. I want y'all to check that out. There's Cameron in the back. It's my grandson. Don't mind him. He gonna grow up hearing this shit all his life, just like the rest of them. But anyway, listen, yeah. Whatever happened this week, shake all that shit off, you know what I mean? Actually get out, get some air. You know, the weather's real nice right now, you know. Don't stray from it, you know what I mean? Don't stray from it. So get out and get some air. On top of that, I want you to have good feelings going forward. Remember, this is motivation. We're trying to inspire. You know, raise our variations and things like that. We're gonna start there. So, but yeah, it's a couple of things we need to talk about. This is an awareness show. All right. To do better, you gotta actually do better. You know what I'm saying? And nobody's perfect. Everybody is a work in progress, and that's the way we're gonna leave it at that. We're not here to point no fingers. None of that. Y'all on the other side. I don't really know what's going on with y'all, right? But y'all do, okay? Like I said, I want you to get in your 40s and then be backtracking. No, we're going to fix ourselves on this one. You heard me? Just like you went to work with a hurt leg and did a day's work, you're going to continue your life even though you have different pains that's troubling you, okay? We're not saying let them go, but you're going to learn how to control the feeling of those pains so it doesn't stunt your growth moving forward. Things like that, all right? Now, the first thing we're going to do, off the top, and I mean this is it's a lot of different things going on. It's a lot of narratives being spent, right? And I don't know if people are aware just how in tune they are with these different narratives, but one of them is just signs that you are broken, all right? I keep hearing these different stories, right? And I don't know what it is that they really think, but if you're broken, recognize that you're broken. You understand? Seriously. You know, don't just walk around breathing and shit. You know what I mean? You know, you have relationships waiting on you to come. Things like that. It's different things that's waiting for you in life. I need you to prepare yourself for them. Prepare yourself for that. You understand what I'm saying? So don't just walk around being a block of wood. You understand what I'm saying? Develop yourself. Improve yourself. It starts with the little things. You heard me? Now listen. One of those signs, listen. Your body is your temple, please respect it. I'm going to start with that. But one of those signs, if you done had sex with 3 different men this week, that's not how you grieve a breakup. I keep hearing these sob stories. Okay, all right. I'm not saying she's a smut, but that's not the way you grieve a breakup. You don't grieve a breakup by running and messing with a whole lot of men, you know, because then, I mean, honestly, I feel that's an excuse. And then you're telling this story, you know, not with any type of shame, you know, but these were decisions that you made. Now, the fact that you will tell your truth with no shame, and then you look for some type of sympathy when you made those decisions, you know, that's a sign that you are broken. Your mind is in the wrong place from the beginning of that. You understand? Seriously, you know. And now, you know, how do you build from a dumb decision? Let's start there. How do you build from a dumb decision? And then you don't have no embarrassment, and it's all because, you know, but it's your truth and it's real. You know, but it's crazy because you sneak and move back and do these different things or whatever the case may be, and they come back to haunt you. You know. Now I don't know if all is lost because I'm sitting here asking myself how they sitting there and they telling this horrible story that they actually invented for themselves, and then they expect sympathy for it, when in fact it didn't have to go like that if they had made a different decision. But they're looking for the sympathy part, you know. You have to sign up for Patreon and things like that to listen to this particular story. And to me, it's a horror story. Because while she was going through all that transition, that man was lost. He thought everything was all right, you know. Now, they found a way to capitalize off those horror stories. And they're making that a real thing, okay? I brought this up because you have a chance to not do no dumb shit like that. You heard? You ain't, no, that's not what it is. You understand what I'm saying? You know, you will be, see, this is the thing right here. I want you to accept the decision that you made first. We're not talking about nobody else. We're not talking about nobody else. We're talking about you. You know, seriously. You might need some tweaking. You're not perfect. Examine yourself. Don't be scared to examine yourself and see what's really going on with you. All right? Stupid is as stupid does. All right? If the situation went bad and then you handled it even worse, moving forward, try not to let those things happen again. That's what I'm talking about. Raise your awareness to what the hell what type of rooms you be stepping in and shit. You know? Raise your awareness on that. Now listen, on top of that, please teach yourself. Please try to teach yourself, I want to say this, you know, control your body. All right? Even when girls are young, you have to learn to control their body. You understand? I said the dynamic before, okay? A woman's body is full of dynamite, and if it's manipulated the right way, it will blow up. And you have to learn to control those things. Every time you have a drink, and every time you're nice and the vibe is nice, you can't just submit to everything. You just can't. Now, I'm saying it because a lot of y'all need to learn that. And teach this to your daughters and the younger girls. You can't just, every time the dime get the pouring, you lose change for the rest of the night. And now they making TikToks about you. You dig what I'm saying? Try to avoid those things going forward. All right? If you know you turn it to somebody else, like you get to drinking a couple of drinks, be aware of that going forward. So, you know, so you don't go viral for some other shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know, raise your awareness. Don't forget, liquor does exactly what it's supposed to do, and ain't nobody beat it yet. All right? So control yourself. Stay safe out here. All right? Listen. And, you know, just for the record, we know all the things that are tempting out here, right? I want you to understand something. A lot of these things that you see, like when you're on the internet, when you're out on the street, when you're looking at TV, all these things are to tempt you to do something else with your time. All these things are given to you to feel something different, okay? All these things are really trying to herd you with everybody else, all right? That's the way that's what it's for, okay? They want all of y'all to be interchangeable. When they want y'all to go this way, they take all the media and they guide you guys this way. Understand that that's a real thing. You heard? That's a real thing. Don't get trapped in that shit, all right? Break the cycle sometime. Get off the internet and just get back to your freaking brain. Let's start there, all right? I'm just going to get into some important issues right now. Now, first off, oh, wow. This goes here. Now, listen. We're going to keep it 100. And my son told me to take my time and get it right. A couple of things been going on in the media, right? And, like I said, I don't really talk about people. I talk about circumstances and situations and how we can better deal with them going forward. So this is what we're going to do. I call this one, they'll have a new nigga next year. You understand? They'll have a new nigga next year. Now, it's a trend that they target black men that they deem too successful. Because they don't want the super rich to ever feel that they can't get it. Because they can. All right? So, yeah. It'll be a new nigga next year. You know what I mean? Just like Puffy. Anytime somebody try to move in a certain particular circles where they feel, when the powers that be feel that they untouchable, they have a certain particular way that they move on them. Now, y'all know, don't be stupid on purpose. A lot of these things are taking place in plain sight, right? So we're going to touch on some of those things because they real things and they happen to real people. See, who y'all are today are not who you're going to be in 10 years. So we're trying to affect that. We're trying to touch on to that. You understand? You know. Now, say someone is moving like they untouchable and they're acquiring too much influence, right? Now they doing that without the machine that the people control. When you doing it, when you move outside of the machine and you're still influential and you're still gaining and prospering, they got a problem with that. They want those boys to fall in line. They change their status in life. They want them to fall in line, okay? And because, you know, think about it, look who they gonna get. They're gonna get the top 1%. They go to the top 1%, and that's way above the touchables. Now, they're gonna bring them right back down to earth. We don't know who it's gonna be, but just believe it's gonna be somebody. Know that. Now, just for the record, when we examine these cases, you know, because I read up on them, you know, I did a little homework and shit like that, and honestly, just for the record, they all got charged for who they were when no one was watching. You understand me? They all got those charges for who they were when no one was watching. Okay? And I say it all the time. Who you are when there's nobody but you to you. It's important. And that's what we're touching on now. Ride with me. I'm making a point. Now, that was their mistake. Being a weirdo when nobody is watching. Now, but you know, it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time before it gets called out that you really are like that. It's just a matter of time. You understand what I'm saying? Because what's in the dark will come to the light. We got to keep that one on. Now, so, because it's an acting job. And they learned a couple of things, you know. Mind you. Now, I'm saying this to take it as a warning. You know, take it as a warning. Now, it's just, for example, if you've been using your power and influence to manipulate the weak, all right, and the less fortunate, well, it comes down to this. Yeah, It comes out, you know, if you've been that type of person, they've been very manipulative to the weak-minded or the less fortunate. You was always a clown. Nobody never liked you. You always try to laugh your way into friendships and shit, but they never really fucked with you. You know? You know, you couldn't get what they say, you know, you wanted to be down, but you couldn't really be down. You know, and you was mad cool. People liked you and all that, but you wasn't happy with that. You know, because you wasn't on that regular shit. You know, now that you know you couldn't pull off that weird shit without being outcasted. So you bide your time because you had that weird shit in the back of your head. See, regular people ain't gonna do that shit you like unless they got cash up front. You understand? Because see, people move in circles and people get freaky and all that. You know, but you're a little bit different. There's a reason for that. We're gonna examine it right now. The girls ain't never like you. Alright? You've been in the friend zone since you was a kid. You know what I mean? You know. But you was a likable person. But it was always something a little bit off about you. You knew that. You know, and the people that was cool with you knew that too. You know. Now, by the time you got grown, you had a lot of animosity at women. You heard? You had a lot of animosity at women. Because they didn't like you for you. They did not like you for you, you know? And listen, y'all, pause. Listen, y'all, when a monster don't just wake up like that, they made. Because as he was growing up, he got to work. He got a little situation at the job, right? Got a little supervisor job. And he learned what people would do to get overtime, okay? He learned what people would do to keep their job. And that was his learning ground. Okay, that's where he learned what power and influence, how influential it could be. That's where he learned it at. You know what I mean? Remember, they never really liked him for him. So as soon as he got a little bit of power and got a couple of dollars, that's when he started exercising what he really liked. The weirdo shit. You know what I mean? But like I said, it's a growth because it started at the job. Now once that happened, now these people build themselves up to be monsters. They level up. They don't just wake up like that, you know, because this type of dude, he been paying for chicks all his life. Cash up front. That's the type of dude he is, you know. So he knows what the power of dollars do to a person's character because that's what he had to use in order to interact with the chicks he liked. He had to give them something that they wanted because his personal character couldn't do it for him. You understand? Now, I feel like that's diabolical, you heard? Because ultimately the dude wants a slave, you know. He wants somebody that's going to obey his beck and call. You know what I mean? You know, seriously. Because he knows that weirdo shit is not some shit regular people going to do. You understand? And the more bread he get, the more influential he's going to become. Now, outright, he want a slave, directly controlled. Now, in moving like that, the monsters, what they look for is people down on their luck, people punch drunk by life, you know, people who looking to try to move up, they're a little desperate. You understand what I'm saying? They look for them. That's their field, you know. And he comes along and he offers them a little bit of light in that hell that they're living in, you know. And for that, they submit to the man. You understand me? They submit to the man. Now, the more money he get, the bigger monster he's going to become. Okay? But that's what he prey on. He prey on the weak-minded and the punch-drunk people. And he uses them for his... And this is how a monster's made. He be right outside. He gets along with a lot of people. And he cool and all that. But he doesn't have a point of character in himself to close the deal with his character. So, and he never learned that. So he uses what he has to bait people in. And he he pays for their will. He pays them to bend their will. It's called a monster. You understand? Word up. Now listen. We all know the difference between right and wrong. Now, if you're trying to dominate, seek help and stop the path you want, if that's what the case may be. People, you can't have nobody obey you, all right? If you got a tendency to do these type of things, get up off of that. You understand? That's not it. That's not what it is. You know, like I said, more money don't help everybody. You know. Now I say this because I said a lot, but y'all know people who like that. They think they're more important just by the position that they hold. Please, I hope you're not one of those people. Now, a lot of y'all, you might not turn out to be a bigger monster as some people, but I don't want you being a monster at all. You heard me? It's somebody for everybody. Y'all seen all them pregnant chicks? Somebody climbed right up on them and shot the club up. Pardon me, real talk. You know, I want people to stop exercising that. Listen, when you exercise the fact that you're bending someone's will, you know this is not the route that they would love that they want to be in. You notice it's something they don't want to do. But you're going to coerce them based on the state their life is in right now. And they're going to do it. They're going to do it. Well, nowadays, you can go to jail for that. You can go to jail for that. You can't bait people in. I love you too, son. I see you. Back Cammy, I see you, man. Y'all be good. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. That's my son and my grandson. Yo, listen. Say hi to the chat. Say hi to the chat. She my boy. Say hi to the chat. Yeah, Max Payne. That's one of mine. Don't get it to Cameron right there. Yeah. Pies in here, you heard? Some of my kids right there, y'all. You know, I know y'all done met a lot of my kids, right? Y'all ain't even meet all of them yet. There's only 2 niggas in the hood with more kids than me. Let's keep it 100. Well, listen. So listen, I just wanted to say, so some of those attributes that we went over, you know, if you have some of those, you have a tendency to be like that, I want you to get out of that, you know, and just try to be better and recognize those things in people and watch them. Stay out the circumference, spread the word around, you know. Something strange for some change is coming from over there with this dude right here. Yeah, shit like that, you know what I mean? Don't become a monster, all right? That's what I want to say. Any questions in the chat? Hold up. Yo, what's up, bro and nephew? Hey. Oh, that's my son? What's up, Deals? That's my son over at college. Salute, my boy. That's one of my sons, too. That's my baby boy. He in the chat. Yeah, my baby boy is in the chat. I just played myself. I just mixed something up right here. My grandson them got me a little bit confused. But it's all good. It's all good. It's all good, y'all. Listen. That's not it. I'm missing the paper. Oh, wait, here we go. No, that's not it. Here we go. Oh, there we go. I found it. Listen, y'all. Listen. Hey, yo, back to the ranch. Listen, y'all. I'm gonna tell you right now. I mean this. I want you to be happy, be uplifted, and know that we're here. All right, life is good, and it's gonna be all right. The government shut down, but it's got to say shut down a couple of more days before it affects us, and we ain't got to worry about that. Now listen up. I heard somebody ask me, you know, I'm just gonna say this right quick. I don't know Puffy or nothing, but I kept up with the trial. I never felt like he deserved a RICO charge. He a horrible person. The boy's a fucking sexual weirdo, yeah. But he didn't deserve a RICO charge. Wasn't nobody dead. Didn't nobody almost die. None of that kind of shit. So he didn't deserve it. I felt he was trying to take his company. You know. I was still looking for the charge I was still looking for the charge or the evidence that showed he deserved the RICO charge, and I've never seen that. But you know, he is a weirdo though. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. He been the will of a lot of people. And I don't want y'all to do that. That's no good, you know. For everybody you hurt, somebody somewhere love you.
Dang.
Yeah. Hey, son, what up, my guy? That's my baby boy. Can you see him? Say hi to the chat, y'all. That's my baby boy. He at Temple. He a sophomore, computer science major. Yeah, don't get it twisted. It's hard being one of my quick. What'd you say, son? It's all being one of my kids. Oh yeah, they just left. Reese and Kyra on their way back uptown now.
Let me see that real quick.
Yo, listen. All I know is, man, is that I want to find a way to give y'all the joy that I have in this life. All right? I want y'all to feel the happiness that I have every day. Because we're alive. And I try to figure it out, we try to figure out some things, but sometimes I just be wanting to scream, man, because, I've been through some things. And I'm just glad to be here. Thank the Lord for all my blessings. I'm going to say this to y'all, because I know y'all don't know. Because a lot of things happen to children, you understand? And everybody always say, yo, the good die young and things like that. Well, it's a text in the Bible. It says children pay for the sins of the father. All right? Children pay for the sins of their father. All right? Now, that disclosure means that you have to live a hero's life, my guy. You heard me? Now, mind you, it's tricky out here in 2025, all right? I ain't never shot a nigga that didn't have it coming, all right? If you're hungry, I'll feed you. If you're scared, I'll protect you. If you're cold, I'll keep you warm. If I gave you my word, I'll die before I bend it, all right? Me standing on that protects my children. You understand? Me standing on that protects my children. Okay? How you live as a man affects your child. That's what the word of God said now. And that's the only thing I can think of, because look at all the fucked up shit that be happening to kids. Mad fucked up shit. To an innocent. So I'm kind of thinking that might have some truth in it, because mad shit be happening to kids, Niggas just get up and walk off and go do some whole other shit, That's why I say this is what you do and what you're supposed to do. See, if you did when you did what you did, you got to handle that. But when you do what you're supposed to do, you got to handle that. You understand? Listen, what you're supposed to do is what you planned on doing. What you did over there is just something you did, but you didn't plan on it being like that. And you still got to do both of them. You ain't want to have a baby with that chick. You was going to get right back. Yeah, you left her with a baby when you left, though. You was never spiritually connected to that chick. So y'all going to always be at odds with raising a child. You understand what I just said? When you have a baby with a chick that you have not spiritually connected with, it's a 80% chance that y'all gonna have a lot of problems. I mean, think about it, y'all, on some real shit. Every time y'all get up, y'all smoking and drinking, it's a vibe. And y'all like it. Out the 3 or 4 chicks she dating, she got the best vibe with you. She let you shoot the whole club up with the ooh-wow and all that, with the Draco, yeah. And you left a baby in her, you understand what I'm saying? Only thing about it was, she only good for a vibe and all that. She ain't good for all that other shit. She not good for all that other shit. And you gonna have to really say, what the hell is what's really good? Because decisions have to be made. You can't go back and erase none of that shit. But I'm gonna tell you something. You the fucking hero. Get it the fuck done. And remember what I said. Don't overthink shit. A kid can only expect the best that you have, the best of you. That's it. That's all you can give. You ain't got to give the motherfucking impossible. Take TV. You ain't got to do that. Real talk. And I'm going to tell you something else. Pay attention to what's going on right now. You know what's going on right now? And I don't know how y'all done see it. You see all these damn women going through it with their kids? Huh? Do y'all see that? Now y'all young and your kids are still little. Learn from this shit going on with yeah. And protect your child from all that nonsense and shit now. Okay? I swear to God, your child's 6 right now, you're going to blink, that child going to be 17 years old talking about you fucking up my life. That's how fast the time will go for you. All right? This is why I stay to be on you about that. We're not here to waste no fucking time. Remember, you have a couple of unfinished things. If you just go back and tend to it, you can finish that and close that out. I need you to have the discipline to finish shit. You gotta finish shit. I don't want to be screaming on you and shit, but you know what the fuck is hidden for. All right? And I got a couple of questions the other day. I told you, you're asking me questions. The only reason you're asking these questions is because you're still going back over there dealing with that chick you know damn well you're not supposed to be dealing with, else she wouldn't ask me those type of questions. See, so the shit you going to, my nigga, is self-inflicted. You bringing it on yourself. You know the girl's a train wreck. But you just want some pussy, you trying to go see that over there be like, yeah. And now your emotions all involved and shit. You understand? Because when you went over there, you was backed up. You was backed up and you left some feelings over there too and you ain't know about it. Don't be jumping in my chat. You hear me, Shakur? Don't be jumping in my chat when you setting yourself up for bullshit. You heard me? I'm serious. And I'm going to tell you something else. Reality a motherfucker. But don't fear it. Okay? You're not going to always like it. But it's going to exist no matter what the fuck you feeling or going through. Reality bites you on your ass. Respect it. Alright? Hero ain't nothing but a motherfucking sandwich. Alright? Be the motherfucking man. Be the fucking woman. Be the fucking adult. Alright? Stupid is and stupid does, and don't be stupid on purpose. Listen, and start owning up to your bullshit. I mean, it's less energy if you just say, you know what, man, you dead ass right on that. I could have did this like this and I didn't, and it went that way. Own up to that shit. You ought to be tired of trying to explain shit. You didn't make a shit, shit, could have, fuck all that. I'm nigga shit. You ought to be tired of that shit. Straight up and down. Oh yeah, side note. I'm not gonna be sparking on my little mans. Hey yo, if you got a motherfucking nigga out there trying to make sure your shit stay together, please appreciate him. Alright? I'm gonna say that shit. Alright? For all of y'all that got somebody to call in case of emergency, call and tell them you love them. Alright? This is just a reminder. Don't wait till all hell break loose to call them. The only time you call them is when shit is all fucked up for you and all twisted. Nah. Call them people, let them know you care about them no matter what's going on. Alright? They ain't got to love your picklehead ass. Real talk. And they know you and still love you regardless. You heard me, Shakur? They know your ass ain't all that. They know you be on some old John Wayne Southwest bullshit and they still love you. Alright? Call and let them know you love them too. Like I said, we're here to inspire, man. I'm feeling good about everything, man. You understand me? I got something to work with. Listen, the best things in life don't cost a motherfucking dime. All right? Kindness don't cost nothing. Okay? A child would like to have your time more than your money. Okay? I mean that shit. We're going to keep this right. We're going to keep this going right along, man. Now, listen. And we finna talk about this. Y'all been beefing. The chick's been beefing, right? And now she's spilling the tea. When that happens, that means you wasn't solid, right? So we're gonna get into that because there's a lot of that backstabbing bullshit. So we're gonna examine that real quick. Listen, best friends that go way back, best friends go back like an old married couple, right? And there's nothing that they don't know about each other. And they've been through a lot. All the way back to middle school and all that. You know what I mean? They go all the way back. Now, it's been times where they wasn't on the same page. Okay, they fell out a few times, had a couple of arguments, but nothing big. They always got back together. They always got back at it. And then then they started getting more serious about life. All right. When you and your bestie started getting big, it was kind of a tug of war about y'all getting serious and changing y'all habits and doing different things. It was kind of y'all was kind of going through that, but it was never war with y'all. Y'all was still always real tight. Now, you started working. She was still sleeping all day, and that didn't change. Then you still made the birthday parties. Y'all bought the New Year's in together and all that. And then that shit got old, You got tired of being tired at work, so you stopped hanging out and shit, She found a little job, you know what I'm saying, and she had a kid, and she ain't never got her son with her, but but you still down with her. Y'all still tight. Y'all still besties in y'all own way, but now y'all in y'all late 20s. Y'all still cool, And shit different now. Y'all not them same little girls that was riding the train, which means that y'all different now. You understand? Y'all have been through a few things separately. You know what I'm saying? So even though y'all go way back, but y'all still love each other. Like I said, y'all love each other like an old married couple. Real talk. So now, during that time, life remolded y'all into something else. Even though y'all go way back and y'all love each other, y'all like two pieces of a puzzle that don't fit no more. You understand? And that's really that's really where it kind of went wrong to result into these antics where y'all acting like y'all really enemies and y'all really got love for each other. But this is what happens. This is what this leads up to. So now, life made you conservative and it made her more reckless, right? Your girl be bugging, she be wilding or whatever. She still be ready to fight, you know what I'm saying? And she still deal with random niggas and she ain't never got a son. You got a problem with that, but you ain't never judged her. You always stay solid, right? You always stay solid. Now, but then, all of a sudden, your name came up in some bullshit going through the hood or whatever the case may be. Y'all, and you didn't like it. When it came out, you let her know she was wrong. We too grown for this bullshit, blah, 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 blah. And you said that to her. And the first thing she said, well, what, bitch? You think you too motherfucking good, bitch? And you look like, what the fuck would you say that for? She said that because she's seen your growth. She's seen you growing. That's why she said that. Even though she can't admit it, she subconsciously see you growing from her. That's why she extra mad. She miss y'all being tight like that, And now that y'all got grown, and now you done bowed out the same shit that you and her always been into. And you told her she was wrong. Instead of just riding with her till whatever happened, you told her, I'm not supporting that. You dead ass wrong. We too grown for that shit. And the first thing she said was, what the fuck? You think you too good, bitch? That's the first thing she said to you. Because she saw you working. She saw you trying to get out of that shit. Now what happened after that, she saw your progress. She screamed you not all that or whatnot, But everybody that know y'all seen your growth too. So now she running around spilling all the tea. She telling all your secrets. You heard? Even though everybody know what kind of growth you been on, and they seen it. But she's spilling your tea to anybody that'll listen, because she want to pull you back down to where you left at. You heard? And when it get like that, you might have to fuck around and beat her down in the street, because it gets to that. She more mad at you than she is at her fucking real enemies. When I said like an old married couple, that's because her heart is broken. Her best friend, the piece to the puzzle she had, no longer fits. And she's hurt. And a lack of education, she didn't know what to do except wild out. She want everybody to know you still that same little raggedy ass chick that was riding a train with her to school and shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's how that happened. Two chicks, they've been best friends for 25 years and they not speaking. Why not? What the fuck happened? Life happened. Listen, as you go along in life, life will remold your ass to something different. You understand me? Yeah. It'll turn you into something different. Like with her, she got on her shit and she started trying to improve herself. First you improve yourself and then you go to improve your life. But you have to improve your attitude. You have to improve yourself on the inside. You have to change your attitude about shit. You got to change your energy on purpose. It's a learned thing. You have to do that. In order for you to effectively go to that next phase, you have to prepare yourself at this phase. Then when you get to that phase, then you prepare yourself for the next phase. The state of mind. You understand? The growth, the development, the moving forward part. Yeah. Like I said, you have to raise your ceiling yourself. Ain't nobody gonna come and just dump a bunch of knowledge in your fucking head. You know what I mean? But back to these best friends. She saw the growth in her. Even in hey yo, listen. We all know the right job can change a person's life. But that right job should not change the person. Okay? It's supposed to make them better. In some regards, sometimes it doesn't. But let's be honest, it will. Okay? Now, because of that, everybody not going to be happy for you because they need that in their life. All right? When you start doing so well to the point where you have to distance yourself from them people, you have to distance yourself from those people. God got a different plan for you. He have a different path for you. Okay? And you're going to have to accept that shit. There's dudes that live up in Yonkers and West Mount Vernon. They come down to the Bronx every day and hang out. With niggas that ain't got nothing. And they can do that. I just don't want to be around a bunch of niggas that's fucked up and I can't help them. I don't like that shit. You know what I mean? That's me though. You know what I'm saying? And if they do, but me, I'm different. My circle of niggas, we move a certain particular way. But I get what they saying though. But like I said, you cannot make somebody be ambitious. Y'all understand me? Ambition has to be inspired. All right? Think about it. You told this person this, that, and the third, blah, 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 and he still didn't change, so you went your way. They can't get mad at you because you took an idea and it worked for you, and they didn't even use the idea, and now they mad at you. I know a lot of y'all dealing with that. You trying to go this way, and they're not. We're going to lead them there. And not think twice about it. What the fuck? No. Hey, yo, listen. Ain't near one of them niggas gonna go over there and feed your child. All right? They not changing your baby diapers, my nigga. Okay? They not gonna make sure your fucking baby moms got money to get on the fucking train. Remember that. All right? Any questions in the chat, Shakur? Word up, man. Real talk going on over here, man.
How do you get out your lowest point in life?
First thing you got to do is get your mind right. Get your body right. Eat some fruits. Work a sweat. And try to change the way that you think, man. That's my word. Start there, because that's inside your head. Get inside your head and get it right, nigga. Every time you're having an ill thought, think different. Every time another ill thought, think different. Say it out loud to yourself. That shit, living the reality in which you really in right now, man. Life ain't that bad, don't go there. You heard me? If life ain't really that bad, don't go there. And don't dwell there. You don't got to stay there, all right? It's some niggas in jail and they out here on the street. Don't be one of them niggas. Don't be trapped in your motherfucking head. You know what I mean? Because for all that, you might as well be in a cell. Okay? Hope that this nigga asked me. You don't never ask nobody what they paid for nothing. If you got to ask what they paid for, yeah, too much information. Anyway, back in the chat. What happened?
One dude, he's 25.
What's
with
good?
4 daughters.
He what? He what?
He's 25 with 4 girls.
25 with 4 girls. By the same chick?
He trying to hold it down as the only man in the house.
Oh man, you doing
some advice?
Shit, man. Find a way to meditate. Find a way to de-escalate yourself. You heard me? Find a way to stay calm. You heard? Real talk. Find a way to stay calm. Stay relaxed and remember, you're the first man that those girls ever loved. So be tender with them. Let them know that if a man doesn't resemble the love I give you, he's not worthy of you. That's your fucking job first. Okay? And until they can talk, no one is allowed to be around them until they can actually speak but family. Okay? Straight up and down, protect them girls, man. And let them know they have a piece of God inside of them. And they must protect it and treat it special for the rest of their life. No fucking OnlyFans. Any more questions, son?
It is.
How we looking though?
Looking good.
Conversation popping?
Yeah.
Page probably we outside. What up, y'all? I had to stand up for a minute, y'all.
Somebody said, what do you do if a chick puts you in a restraining order but come back right after the restraining order was over?
Hey, yo, during restraining order, she was trying to find a replacement for you and it didn't work out. That's why she came back. You know, they say when they come back, make them pay double or make them do double. Yeah. If you really want to come back, give her an obstacle course to prove herself. Else it ain't no point. Was that enough for him? You don't get it, put it in the chat. I'll break it down. That's it? That's it, son?
I got something. Hold on. One dude said he did a good girl bad. Pretty sure she would have been the one, OG, if he had it.
If she not with you, she wasn't the one. Get off that. We off that. Miss me. If she not with you, she not the one. Start there. If she meant for you to come back, don't go looking for it. You heard? Don't go looking for it. Real talk. Now, now listen, y'all. Got a question for me? Put it in the chat. We got a few more minutes. But I'm going to go back to this here. Just a couple of things. Just a little wisdom I want to share with y'all. You know, it's been a long time since we had a positive leader in our community. We don't have one. All right? But you have to start leading your life like the leader in your house. You heard? In your life. Be the decision maker. Don't be no follower. You heard me? Okay? You only get out of something what you put in it. If you want to get something good out of something, put some good in it too. Give it some energy. And it'll come back to you. Alright? I say it because see y'all young. And you got a lot of things you aspire to do. All of them not big. Some of them is kind of small. You know. But you can do them. You think about them all the time, but you haven't quite did it yet. You can do that. You know what I mean? A second thing is, I want you to eat better, start drinking water. Alright? Stop smoking fucking cigarettes. Dead serious. I mean that shit. Now, Shakur, what was that you was telling me about earlier?
Regarding health?
Mm-hmm.
Eat some sea moss, drink some sea moss, work out, you need to sweat.
Yeah.
And 30 minutes a day, keep the haters away. No, seriously.
Yeah.
Look, because some people, they just starting. You heard? They're not going to be going to the gym 4 times a week.
Right.
You know? That's all right. Start off 30 minutes in the house, get a nice little house workout, build it up until until you're in a comfortable spot to go to the gym. You heard? Some people be like, nah, I don't want to go to the gym and not know what I'm doing. All right, that's okay. Take your time. What I mean, take your time and get your ass up and get to that 30 minutes a day. You heard? You're not gonna be working out doing 1,000 push-ups by next week. Don't push yourself.
What we had in the news?
What we had in the news?
Yeah. I can't remember. We had a conversation I wanted to have with y'all. Was in the news today, and I forgot what it was. I had my grandson, y'all. That's my word. That was my last segment. I ain't even get to finish it because I had my grandson. You know, I had to cook for him and all that. He was on some funny shit. I had to cook for this dude like 3 times. He didn't want to eat. He a picky eater and all that. But anyway, back at the ranch. Listen, it's 2025. This is a reminder. Those people that want to be outside, leave them the fuck outside. You heard me? Straight up and down. You know? I know. Oh, I remember now. I remember now. Yo, listen. You hear me? Houston. Miami. Horrible AIDS epidemic down there. Horrible. All right? Stop running around shooting the damn club up. All right? Be careful. Stop trusting these chicks, man. And you chicks, stop trusting these dudes. Remember when I said, y'all all at the same parties. You see them all the time. They see y'all all the time. Yeah. Stop all this DNA mixing, matching and shit. You know what I mean? You know, you gotta remember. Listen. Don't be a fool for the bullshit. When you out and you inebriated and all that, learn how to compose yourself. Shit going on out here. Whatever happened to you, you're going to have to spend time trying to heal. You go through that. What you got to do is make a better decision from the jump. Real talk. That's all you really got to do. You know, control your body, control your urges, control. And a lot of y'all forgot about the fucking word lust. That's a real thing. That's not fucking love. It's lust. You was drinking that Don Julio and shit. Smoking that Top Shelf and all that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Old boy was looking like a young Tyson Beckford or some shit. Yeah, you fell for that bullshit. That don't mean it's love, boo. Okay. Footprints on the ceiling. Yeah. He was in there sweating like like he was picking cotton, putting in work. Yeah. You know what I mean? You left there walking like a cowboy. Yeah. It ain't love. It's just lust. All right? If you fall in love from a sneaky link, you're not that great. If you fall in love from a sneaky link, that ain't nothing but lust. A sneaky link, you don't need nothing. You just show up, bang out a jet. By the way, that's one of the greater inventions of you young niggas. You don't got to bring nothing. Just show up, bang out, and leave. That shit is. I commend y'all on that one. Y'all got them to fall. Y'all got them to fall for that shit. That was some championship shit right there. I don't know how they fell for that one. Word up. You meet motherfuckers in little cubby holes and shit. A little 20 minutes later, you out of there. That shit is crazy. Nigga ain't got to bring a bag of weed or nothing. I can't believe they fell for that, but all right. That's a real thing. Word up. But you chicks, a lot of you chicks move like niggas. I mean that shit, you know? And then you run right back acting like you some kind of sweet. Nah, I'm dead ass. Oh my God. What's that shit? What's that? They got these little shows on the internet. Tell me something you never told nobody before.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I hope they're just lying for effect to go viral. Cause if any of that shit is true, y'all can't never kiss out here again in life. You can't kiss out here. Yo, this is my word. This chick, she went from here to there to here. She fucked. Damn. Now let me remind you, a chick can spit out a watermelon and walk away. Okay? She can bring a size of a watermelon out of her stomach and walk away. Okay? Dick ain't gonna never kill her. Okay? Take a lot for her to get enough. You know what I mean? I mean, for us physically, she really can. She really can do 3 niggas in an hour with no problem. Yeah, they can really do that. So, yeah. But my thing is that they moving so diabolical. You be careful. Okay? You know, listen. She was somebody else's before she met you. We all have a history. All right? That body count shit, the body count shit don't mean shit. Because we all got them. And you cannot measure the mileage on somebody's body until it's really, really tore the fuck up. But until then, don't base it on that. You know. I don't even know why you asking the questions. Everybody y'all met has somebody before you. Don't be one of them people thinking about, was he bigger than me? Was he better than me? Don't be one of them stupid ass niggas. Fuck out of here. Sitting around worrying about that last nigga. You know what I mean? Remember, one man's trash is another man's treasure. All right? That chick you got, it's a nigga can't stand that bitch. Dead ass, my nigga. Yeah. When you got it, he was like, now she's his problem. That shit happens. And guess what? You and her doing good. You know what I mean? So yeah, keep that shit in mind. What we able to say? Okay, we about to wind it down, y'all. It's Saturday night. I got a couple of things I want to do. You feel me? Don't forget this page 5 lit. We outside. Yeah, so yeah. I will be going outside a little bit shortly after this. They want me to, hey, listen, y'all let me know, I want y'all to throw some questions in the chat because I want to have an open thing where we can have an open discussion about some things. Ask me the details of some of the things I've talked about, and we can talk about that. Also, when I'm thinking about going live outside, in the hood, my hood, straight up and down. And we're gonna chop it up. They want me to come out there, I don't mind, it's just where they want me at, they sell crack over there, the other spotters over there, and I'm trying to build something here, but these is my peoples. They've been around me since they was little, and I'm going up there because I hold a little seminar session up there early Sunday mornings. There'll be about 20 of us out there. We chopping it up, and I got another rap show. I got some more people getting down with that. So different things I do in the community, but we just want to chop it up. You got to remember something. Listen, man. Things that are important in life, things that are enriching in life, you don't got to fucking write them down. You are going to remember them. You understand? Most of these things I tell you, I didn't write them down, but they were things to feed my soul, and I remembered them. All right? There's only 2 dudes in the hood with more kids than me, and I kept my promise to God when I blew trial. I dropped to my knees. God, you get me out of this one. I'll be the man you know I could be. 4 years later, I gave back 30 years. I had another chance to live. I wound up doing 8 coming home. I came home and I kept my promise to God. I came home, gathered up my children, and got me 1 woman. And I did 25 with her. Straight up. You know what I mean? And I sent all of them to college but 1. You know what I'm saying? And I did the best I could as a man. I'm not gonna say I was always the best father, but as a father, I got better as time went on. Okay? That's how this works. We learn. Okay? We learn. We don't sit around dwelling on the losses. Okay? For everybody that swung and missed, and they close to you, build them up to go swing. Build them up to go hit a home run. All right? I mean that shit. Misses come. You just make sure they got the strength to get back in the game and do it again. All right? Listen, every man gonna fall. Every man is gonna tumble. You're not gonna be judged for that. You're gonna be judged whether or not you get the fuck back up. That you will be judged by. Remember what I said. Rappers, politicians, and preachers, they get paid for what they say. Men get judged by what they actually do. All right? You can talk all that shit, silver tongue bullshit. When the smoke clears, you want to see what that action be about. You understand me? Real talk. Straight up and down. That's how we doing it tonight, man. I'm glad y'all hanging out with me. Yo, listen. Go check my lives out. Number real shit. No popcorn shit. Roll one up, get you a glass of wine or pour you a cup of tea and hang out with the OG and pilot. Chop it up with a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Number real shit. Get off that social media, always talking about other people and all so. Get off of that shit. All right? Small minds talk about people. Small people talk about ideas. All right? Real niggas do shit. Yeah. Straight like that. Stop being a fucking watcher. Be a doer. All right? Your life will be more enriching. All right? You don't want to be 50 years old looking back at nothing. All you did was go to work and go home. That shit is trash. I made a couple of albums. I made a couple of movies. I did a few things. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, listen, happy Saturday night. I tried not to scream on y'all tonight because I be getting caught up, man, because I be wanting y'all to take this joy with y'all. You know what I mean? I mean that shit. You know, you got the song ready for me, son?
Yeah.
What we talking about, man? What we doing, man? Y'all stay safe out there tonight, you heard?
I ain't never been scared of no nigga.
No, never.
You heard? This energy we on right now. Real talk. Yeah.
So respect. Yeah, nigga. It's 5 in the morning in the lane chop. Why would I stop for a cop? Gang got a $250,000 and I still wanna block. I ain't seen my ops in a couple years, but I still get the drop. My baby mom try to give me one till I wait till I drop. Yeah, know me, I can don't about this shit to keep my face hot. Trust me, I'm the type of nigga go against signs, spend a million and watch. I can fuck fame, slip in the trap and I can do no TikToks.
Yeah.
Bitches flip flop, rapping nigga, all I do is shit pop.
Yeah. Safe tonight, you heard? Shit is hard.
Shit, I'm popping, bring up the alarm. Trading money, had to spend it on the charm. How I did it, independent on the lawn. Remember when I was a fiend, I had the bag on me, all I talk is big bags. Show these niggas how they get back. All the shit they did, I did that. Play a nigga, I ain't with the chit chat. Get his waist smacked, put him in a box and get him different. Fuck that he can get his bitch back. Even fool play, she ain't trash, she know that her bag is open for them whole bitches. Said I gave him something he had, go digging your stash, unless it wasn't open. She ain't when I was taking no pictures. I got turned on the broke bitch. She was on the bus till I smoke with her. Shit the nerve, but
Let him talk.
I'm a goat nigga. I ain't got no trust, I'm a hoe nigga. I with a bust and a dope nigga. I can knock a don in a goat nigga. She know she ain't fucking with a broke nigga. I fuck red bank, rope pillar. Suck for them hoe niggas. Get rid of the red play. 5 in the morning in the lane chop. Why would I stop for a cop? Gang got a $250,000 and I still wanna block. See my ops in a couple years, but I still get the drop. My baby mom try to give me rock till I wait till I drop. Know me, I can don't about this shit to keep my face hot. Trust me, I'm the type of nigga go against signs, spend a million and watch. I can fuck fame, slip in the trap and I can do no TikToks.
Today's probably we outside. Not tomorrow, Monday night, 9 o'clock, y'all be here. Send me some questions in the chat. You see the reels, you see the shorts. Please share them, y'all. Word up. Yo, thanks for the support. Thanks for the love, y'all. You heard? Thanks for coming hanging out with the OG. I'm going to see y'all Monday, 9 o'clock. We're going to chop it up. Yeah, real issues every day. Every day. We're not never talking about the same thing, but the motivation has always got to stay in there. I'm going to always keep it there. You got my word on that. No popcorn shit over here. I'm going to always give you something to take with you. Oh, damn. Here we go. Ryan, do that. I always do it wrong.
You did it right the last couple times.
There we go. Yes, they be playing. But anyway, listen, yeah. The motivation is going to always be there. I'm trying to inspire. Work with me. If some things you want to talk about, chop it up about, put it in the chat. Like I said, if I don't know, we'll find out. That's what we're doing here. We're trying to build something. We're trying to build a community that talk about real shit. Real life lifing. I'm a real OG. And I'm OG. Alright? I gave this energy to my whole hood. You know what I mean? And they thought it'd be good if I spread it to the rest of the world. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. I sent about 200 brothers out of here, or from over here to college. From up under me. They all ain't graduate, but they all got out of high school. You know what I mean? Fucking with me, you know. It's a great feat for me as a man, you know, because like I said in life, remember, you learn, you earn, and you return. I'm in the return stage, okay? Find out where you at in that. Examine your fucking life in real time, all right? Stop letting days go by. Tomorrow's Sunday. What you got to do? You can jump your ass online and find you something better to do to raise your fucking income. You can do that. Take nothing but a few minutes. You can look all that shit up. That ass. If you know your situation about to go left, do something. Don't wait. Because even if you don't make it, the people close to you will see your efforts. Okay? They'll see your efforts and still grant you that extension, whatever it is that you need, because they see your efforts. All right? Closed mouths don't get fed. Open your fucking mouth. Pays Father, we outside. I say congratulations. What? Hey, Ryan.